Yo, so this is going to be part two of why the black woman, or any woman for that matter, is irrelevant. You know, see, I hope this is going to be short, but uh, most women are irrelevant because you need to understand that most women are not going to do anything to benefit you. You know, the science of being a woman is to receive things, is to get things, you know. The only thing a woman could give you is a baby. That's it. That's all they're designed to give you. Give you, they're designed to nurture you and to give you children, you know. And, these women are not raising nurturers. They're not raising nurturers. You need to understand about, a lot of black men haven't been nurtured, you know. They haven't been nurtured by their own mothers. So a lot of times when a black woman gets into a relationship with a lot of these men, you know, these are some under nurtured individuals and they need to be nurtured still, you know. They still need they still need to be nurtured, you know. So, unfortunately a lot of black women, they don't understand this because they also have, been in grew up a lot of them have grown up in homes where they were under nurtured, so it's hard for them to understand and know their role as a woman. Just because these dudes look grown, don't mean they don't need nurturing. They still need your nurture. They still need you to nurture them in some way, shape, or form. These men do not get over, you know, certain things. They haven't got over certain stages that they were supposed to be over by now. you know and a black woman doesn't understand. She could achieve a lot. She could achieve a lot by being more nurturing instead of being fucking whiny, bitchy, and complainy, because she seems to think that if she whines, bitches, and complains about something, that's going to get her what she wants. And a lot of times it does, because, you know, these women are like children. That's what children do. When they want something, they whine, they bitch, and they complain. They throw temper tantrums. They kick their feet on the ground. They yell to the top of their lungs. They knock things over until they get what they want. That's why it's important not to give these children what they want just because they're whining and complaining about it. And that's another reason why these women are irrelevant. You know, how are they relevant to you if they can't even nurture you? If they can't even nurture you, I mean, even a lot of men need nurturing. They need nurturing. It does nurturing. There's a difference between nurturing somebody and babying them. Nurturing and babying them. A lot of women seem to think that, a lot of these men just need to go. They just need to have their shit together, and that's just not how the world works. If you look around you, the vast majority of white people don't have their shit together. There's only a very select group, I'd say about 10 to 20% of white people that actually have their shit together, you know. But, you know, a white woman can take a regular average white man and nurture him, and he becomes somebody because his woman has his back. She doesn't have his back as in, you know, oh, you know, what I'm saying is she knows how to work as a team. She's a team player. You know, the black woman is not a team player. She wants to be the coach of the team. She wants to be at bat. She wants to be outfield. She wants to be shortstop. She wants to be the umpire. And she wants to be in the stands cheering herself on. We all know this to be true. And she needs to learn the simple things. I mean, there's something very simple that black women can do, you know, very simple things that they can do, but they refuse to do those things. They know what they must do, which is another reason why they are irrelevant. They are irrelevant. They refuse to do it. So how are they relevant? How are they relevant to your success? If they were relevant to your success, they would be nurturing you. They would be nurturing your success. You know? And, you know, in the black community, there's the gold digger factor. The gold digger factor going on in the black community, man, because there's a lot of women who are gold diggers. You know, they only want something from a black man. They don't want to give anything. They don't want to nurture. They just want black men to have their stuff together, and then they want to take. They want to take, you know, whatever he has. You know, but that's just not how things work in this world. Black women have to understand that we live in a capitalistic society where black men are on the bottom. You know, so while you talking that strong independent shit, know what I mean, all you're doing is proving that you don't give a damn about black men, which makes you irrelevant. You know, if black men aren't shit, and the woman who loves you so much, who looks like you, who was designed for you, doesn't give a fuck about you, excuse my language, then how is she relevant? How is she relevant to you, your success? How is she relevant to you getting up and doing anything positive in this world? You know, these women want you to have your stuff together. They do not want to nurture your success. They want you to already be successful. And if you're not successful, they say screw you, which is why the vast majority of black women are single, because they are not nurturing. Nurturing does not mean taking care of a man, but in some situations it can mean taking care of that man. It doesn't mean, you know, babying him. It doesn't mean you baby that man. But if you're working as a team, you're going to be taking care of each other. Sometimes you're going to be taking care of him, and sometimes he's going to be taking care of you, because that's what a team is. That's what it means to have teamwork going on. You got to have that teamwork. You know, and these women that a lot of black men are jumping up to protect don't actually care about them like that. They don't care about you in the same manner that you care about them, which makes them irrelevant. Okay? A lot of black men are running around trying to protect these women when they would not, when all of their equality that they've been begging for, they would not do the same for you. They have been begging for equality forever, but they are not interested in giving you any equality. If a black woman is down on her luck, she has no problem taking, or any woman for that matter, but if a woman is down on her luck, she has no problem taking from you, taking what you have. But if you're down and out, you're down in the dumps, they will show you the back of their behinds and tell you to kiss it, you know, which makes them irrelevant. They are irrelevant to your success if you understand how women operate. They will run to a brother who has money, but if a brother does not have any money, they are going to dish you, disrespect you, clown you, hate on you, spit on you, look down on you, won't give you the time of day. I want all these black women that are coming to my comment section to understand that I'm not speaking from personal experience. I'm speaking from the fact that I know black women like that. I don't get shit on by black women. I've never been in love with a black woman and got my heart broken by one of them. So please stop coming to my comment section talking about, oh, you just hurt. I hope that whatever woman did you dirty, I hope you're going to be able to forgive her. Y'all need to get off of that, okay? See, that's what I talked about in my last video. That's how black women deflect. Instead of owning what I'm saying, they're going to continue to try to say, oh, but what about the black man? What about what he's doing? Don't worry about what the black man is doing. It's about responsibility. And I need the black woman to take responsibility for her actions. If I'm saying something about you, that means I'm talking about you. That means you don't get to deflect what I'm saying and start talking about what the black man is doing. Yes, the black man is messing up. Obviously, we've heard that for the past 40 years. We've seen it all over TV. We continue to see it all over TV. We don't need any news media. We don't need any black women stepping up to the plate, playing victim. Because a lot of you are not victims. A lot of black women are not victims, and they're going to continue to play the victim until these black men call them out. And that's what black men have been doing, is calling them out, because they are not victims. You know, The vast majority of them are not victims. They're playing victims. They're playing on some other female situation. Oh, some other female got done dirty, so this is so she's gonna take that other female situation and make it her own, you know. And that's just not that's another reason why black women are not relevant. She's not relevant. If you know and understand how women operate, then you can understand that she is not relevant. The only thing that makes her relevant is uh the fact that you know she gives birth to your children, and she has made herself into a single mother. Not all of you, so shut up. But a lot of them have made themselves out to be single parents. If this doesn't apply to you, then you need to just chill out. Because I'm not talking about you. There's no need for you to be butthurt if nobody's even talking about you. You know? But the black woman, she has a hard time accepting responsibility for her part in this situation that we got going on. She has a hard time accepting it and owning up to her part in the messed up behavior. And even if it's not you, black woman, you know that some of your female friends are on this stuff. And it doesn't matter if you're educated or if you just sitting home on welfare. A lot of you are a lot of black women are responsible, or at least half responsible. I don't even give black women I only give black women 30% of the responsibility for the things that go on, that are things that are going on. And they don't want to take that. They don't want to accept 30% of the responsibility. It's all the black man's fault. Everything's the black man's fault. Get that through your head, black man. Everything is your fault. Everything will continue to be your fault. 100%. The media is going to blame you. The white man is going to blame you. The white woman is going to blame you. Every other race of man is going to blame you. And your own woman who has a lot of responsibility for the things that go on in the community, she's going to blame you. 100% blame you. She's not going to take any responsibility. And what she's doing is helping them tear the fabric out of the so-called black community that doesn't exist. But she's going to help them because she's going to continue to play the victim card instead of saying, hey, yeah, black women are messing up big time. I see how they do, men. I see how a lot of them get pregnant and then run down to the courthouse and get that man on some paperwork and get some felonies put on his record. Then the man can't really take care of his kids in the first place, because now when he goes out to get a job, you know what I mean, or oh, he's working hard, he's doing better, so I'm gonna run down to the courthouse and get him and try to get more money from him, and that's gonna put further strain on him. So when he's going to work, he's not doing as good a job at work, and he's not into working anymore because he feels like he's a slave. And then his boss sees that, then he gets fired from his job, or maybe he whatever, for whatever reason, he can't pay his child support no more. If he does get fired for whatever reason, now he has some white man coming to pick him up. I mean, black men have been beaten down by white men for fucking over 5 years. I mean, 500 years. And the black woman doesn't give a fuck about that because she's gonna sick that white man on you. How could somebody do that to you? How could somebody who was a slave themselves or descended from slaves knows the history, but yet and still they have no problem calling the police on you and having you hauled off to jail? Now you have another charge. Now that judge can lock you up for 2, 3 months. I'm just telling black men this because black men need to know this. And if a woman doesn't give a damn about you, if I say this to any black woman, the first thing that's gonna come out her mouth is, oh, well, he should have been taking care of his responsibilities. That right there shows you that these women are not relevant. These women don't care about you, especially after you do something stupid like cheat on her or y'all break up for whatever reason. You know, it's gonna be hard on you, black man. It's gonna be hard on you, black man. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. These women, hold on. These women are going to continue to these women are going to continue to use you and throw you away. They're going to continue to say, we want equality, but when it comes down to giving equality, that shit goes out the window quick. You're not getting any equality out of them. If these, I mean, a lot of these weak black men are indirectly responsible for a lot of their success, because if those men had took the reins in the first place, these women would have been chilling, they would have been soccer moms, and you would have been taking the reins. But because a lot of black men could not take the reins for whatever reason, they have taken the reins. They have got all kinds of government assistance, and they have went to college, and they have got their degrees, they have got them a job, and now all of us, after all that's over, now they are strong and independent. They are irrelevant. They are strong and independent. They don't need no men. But yet and still, they are not willing to show you no equality, black man. So when you go out there and you get your stuff together and you get your college education or whatever, or you start your business, guess what? You are not to treat them women with equality, because if when the tables are turned, there's no equality for you. They're not going to show you any equality, which also makes them irrelevant. The majority of these women are irrelevant. Where can you find a good black woman? Now, to all the black women who are upset and mad and want to come to my comment sections, y'all should first listen to the entire video before you start commenting on the title. You want to come to somebody's video and start commenting on the title, which makes you irrelevant, and I will delete you. I will delete your comments because you are irrelevant over here. And y'all need to understand as black women that I'm going to tell these black men what they need to hear. Because none of y'all are going to tell these black men. I'm actually preparing your sons for what they're going to face in this world when they go out into this, when they go out there. Because guess what? Y'all are raising up the next generation of weak ass black men and strong, independent black women. Y'all are raising up the next generation of that. So these men need to know, your son needs to know what he's going to have to face when he goes out there. He's going to have to face the strong, independent black woman who don't need no man. Is that the kind of woman that you want for your son? A woman who doesn't need a man? If you reduce a man to a sperm donor, that is all he's ever going to be. That's all he should be. And you should not be asking him for no money because supposedly you're strong and independent. And you don't need no man. You don't need no man except for the government. The government man. You need him to sick him on that black man. Because you got to hate that black man. Hate that black man. Who is telling you to hate these black men? Who is telling you you have to hate these black men? First of all, you're not strong and independent. Because if you, in order for you to be strong and independent, first of all, you got to get rid of that man. You can't have a man and be strong and independent because that's not what a man is looking for. No black man, very few black men, unless there's some weak-minded individuals, wants a woman who's strong and independent. So y'all can keep on running your mouths, keep talking that nonsense, and guess what? Your daughters are going to be single. Because they're watching you. They're watching your messed up behavior. And a lot of you are complaining about black men as if you're really experiencing this stuff from black men when in fact you're not. You're taking on some other woman's problems with her man. And you're taking that on, or you're reading some book from some twisted, jaded female. A lot of these women are lesbians. And they want you. They want to have sex with you. So they're going to do everything in their power to tear your relationship apart. Anytime, why would a heterosexual black woman ever take some advice from a gay woman when it comes to relationships? They don't like men. They are in competition with men for you. So what makes you think that that woman is going to give you any good advice? Very few of them are going to give you good advice when it comes to your relationships. And you should be thanking me because I'm waking up your son to the ways and actions of a lot of women out here. Do you want your son to fall into those traps? Do you want your grandsons to fall into those traps? Do you want your nephews and nieces to fall into those traps that are set for them by the strong, independent woman who doesn't really give a damn about them, who is only interested in getting what she can get from a situation to advance herself? Is that the kind of woman that you want your son to be with? A woman that's going to do him irreparable damage? irreparable, whatever. I don't care how you want to put it. She gonna damage that son of yours. Your son is gonna be permanently damaged by these women, and there's not gonna be anything that you can do to save him, because after he's jaded, you don't know what your son's gonna end up doing. Know what I mean? Y'all gotta remember that y'all are raising the next generation. See, this is why another reason why black women are irrelevant. Because they're not teaching their sons, they're not preparing their sons for the strong, independent black woman who don't need no man, the next generation. At the same time, they're raising their daughters to be these strong, independent black women, which is basically guaranteeing that your daughters are going to be alone. Why would you ever promote that? Do you not understand that a child needs both perspectives? They need a male perspective and they need a female perspective. They need both sides of their personality. There's certain things about that child that you cannot explain to them because part of their that part of their behavior came from their father. And when that father sees that negative behavior, he can put a stop to it. Or if it's a positive behavior, he can he can uh he can nurture that behavior, or he can explain that behavior to that child. Which one of you women can prepare your sons to go out in the world and compete? None of you. The only thing that the black woman could teach her son is to go out there and be a good little boy and be a good little drone. That's it. Conform. Conform to this society, conform to this world. Don't worry about nobody but yourself. That's the only thing most black women can teach their sons. And the problem is, you can teach them all that white man bullshit, but y'all are not preparing these kids for anything really. Y'all not preparing them for the kind of women that are out here. So instead of getting mad at brothers who are on these videos and who are schooling or preparing, you know, your sons for what he might face in the world, to put him up on game, as they say, you know, you should be applauding those brothers. But the only reason that you would be mad about that, the only reason the black woman would be mad about that, is if she's one of these ratchet females. See, only a ratchet female would defend ratchet behavior. Only a ratchet female would deflect what I'm saying and turn it around and say, well, what about black men? Don't worry about black men. You should be taking this information that I'm giving you and giving that and schooling some of these black women on it. But are you going to do that? No. Well, if you don't do it, then it's never going to get done, which makes black women irrelevant. Black women don't call out other black women on their behavior. Very few. There's very few black women that are going to call other black women out on their behavior. So when a brother comes to the table and he's actually calling out these women, y'all should be backing him up. But the only reason you wouldn't be backing him up is if he's speaking to you. If you feel some kind of way, if you taking that personally, don't not defend women who are on negativity. Why would you defend that? Anyway, this is part 2 of the video of why most women, period, you know, I speak about black women because those are the only women I care about. I don't care about, what white women are doing. That's just another deflection. I might use the white woman as an example because obviously she's 10 times smarter than the black woman. But uh, I use the white woman as an example sometimes, but she means nothing to me. Just like most black women mean nothing to me. They're just, they're just cannon fodder. They have put themselves in this position. If black women weren't doing this stuff, then black men would not be on these videos calling it out. And why are there thousands of videos on this on the subject matter? Why are there thousands and thousands of videos on the subject matter? If none of it is true, black men are just making this stuff up. Not one single solitary bit of what these men are saying are true. That means that you are irresponsible, and that makes you irrelevant. Because if you're not woman enough to stand up and do and say and speak the truth, or say what's really going on and accept what's going on, then you know it's going to keep on going on. It's going to keep on happening because y'all are not going to call it out, and that's what makes y'all irrelevant. Anyway, black man, on that note, I want to say peace. Get on the 5 steps. Adopt the moral code.